Hey, travelers. We're here at Central Waters in Amherst, Wisconsin. And we have Everett with us. And Andy, of course. You all know Andy. And this is his more of his neck of the woods. So
a little bit. It's about a 40-minute drive for me to get over here. But
yeah, it was a short 2-hour drive for us.
Right.
But well worth it because we love Central Waters. And we're very honored to be here. Thank you for having us.
Oh. Thanks for coming out.
You bet. So let's just go over what you do here at Central Waters first, and then we'll dive into the beers.
Okay. I'm Everett Beck. I am the lab manager here at Central Waters. So anything science-y, basically, I cover. And that's kind of my umbrella that I work under.
The barrel aging is the biggest thing, right?
Yep. Yeah. That's a big part of my job. It's been expanding out to the stainless stuff too. But
sure.
Yeah. The barrel aged stuff is the majority.
And I think those of us that live in Wisconsin that are aware of the Central Waters beers, and I know you guys go out to South Dakota too, and we have some people watching us in South Dakota, so that's in Iowa. So hi to all of you. The barrel age program is a big hit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's about a third of our production at this point.
That's
which
awesome.
Is a lot bigger than most breweries. It's one of the big unique things about us.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's dive into the beers. I'm not sure which way we're working. Probably from light to dark, huh?
I'd say we can.
Right in the middle.
Probably start with Unsettled, which is our New England IPA.
Okay.
I'd say that's the first guy. Maybe go to the BBS after that, and then end with the sour. The sour is pretty. It's going to rock your palate a little bit, so I think you want to have a little more sensation left.
Sure.
Especially with the barrel aged stuff to make sure you're getting all the nuances are in
right,
there.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So we were talking a little bit before we started rolling here, but why chase the New England trend, or not chase a trend, but you know what I mean? Just
the big thing is that it's kind of looking like it's here to stay. Actually, the BA accepted it. So if you submit your beer to the Great American Beer Festival, they now have a category for it. A couple categories actually. It's not a craze anymore. It seems like it's a little bit more established.
Sure.
And honestly, it's a cool style to explore, and it's something that we decided that we wanted to kind of embrace and go after, at least with this. I mean, we're not going to start hazing up everything, but it's something fun to do.
Yeah. Cool. Love the nose.
Right, yeah, right away on the nose. That's a fantastic nose.
Do you know what the hop profile is for this beer?
The hop profile, I guess, are you talking hops or we want to go more of the tropical with it, and that's with this style. That's what you go for, kind of juicy. You can kind of go a couple different ways with it, but more of the tropical. Simon, our head brewer, this is one of his main projects that graduated from the pilot system up to the big system, and that was kind of, I know what he was looking for with it. He has a lot more of the hop vocabulary for you, being
no, that's fine.
He's very well versed in hop profiles and stuff like that. For me, I get, like I said, the tropical, a little bit of mango to it, a little bit of pineapple too, and that's kind of what I get out of it. And the kind of cool thing about beer is different people get different stuff. So this is what I'm getting. Someone else might say I get a little bit peppermint, which good for you, man.
Right.
I wish I had your palate to get peppermint. You know?
Yeah, that's a good point that we don't really talk about a lot. Is taste is subjective at the end of the day.
Sure.
We can tell you what we think it tastes like, but
or even what the head brewer wanted to get out of it.
Yeah.
But what somebody tastes is But this is, and I'm not even an IPA guy. I think everybody that watches these probably knows that. But this is very drinkable. And like you said, very tropical, fruity, that juicy kind of taste. And that's what I like in an IPA if I'm going to drink one.
Yeah.
A little bit of coconut, but I might just be inferring that because of the tropicalness. Like, I just want coconut to be there.
Your mind is there.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's cool because with any sort of sensory, different people have different thresholds basically for the different chemicals. So I mean, you taste coconut, man, there's coconut in
Yeah, sure. We're not going to tell you that you're not tasting coconut. Yeah.
Different people have different tastes, so
Sure.
It's all about it, and that's kind of the cool part about it.
Yeah, right. Oh, probably take a little water. Yeah.
Drink some nice Amherst water to make sure we're clearing up for the next sample.
It's good Amherst water. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers to Amherst. So what are we moving on to now? This is the regular bourbon barrel stout.
Yep. This is BBS. So this is one of our flagships that we make every year.
Yep.
It's probably the biggest style volume-wise that we make. It's like I said, it's an awesome beer. I for today, definitely my favorite. It's just such a solid beer. It has a nice roasty character to it. It's got the vanilla in it. You can taste a little bit of the wood at the end of it. It's got what you want in a barrel-aged beer.
Sure. I'm already making happy noises just by smelling it.
And, even on the nose, it's not, how with some bourbon barrels, you get real boozy on the nose. This is just like a real subtle type, bourbon smell that you get, and it's not overpowering.
Yeah, it's
not
all
gonna-
about balance.
Right. It's not going to burn your nostrils as you
Yeah,
sniff it.
yeah, we do half pours here, but we'd like you to be able to enjoy the whole sample and still make it home.
Yeah, and I've had this before, so I kind of know what to expect, or at least my mind knows what to expect. And it's super smooth, and it's not like drinking a glass of just straight bourbon. It's chocolate, and it's got got a real, at least for me, it's got a real nice chocolatey whiskey type
Vanilla notes.
Yeah.
Which you said earlier, but on the episode that's to come later, but you said that's a byproduct of the wood.
Yep, yeah, that's the alcohol actually helps with that, but it's in the wood itself, and it gets broken up by the alcohol into the wood. With our barrel aging, I didn't talk about earlier, but with our barrel aging, we let some of the temperature vary, which allows actually the warmer temperatures favor the vanilla flavor, and we kind of like that in our beer. So during the summer months, it's a little warmer in the barrel warehouse, not hot by any means.
Yeah.
It's still very comfortable, but it allows for a little bit more of that vanilla character to come out with it.
Sure.
Just an all-around fantastic beer, though. I mean, and if for those of you that are watching, if you've not tried it and you can get your hands on it, absolutely go out and get your hands on it. And I know for those of us, you said Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, South Dakota.
Yep, and we do some Michigan, some Indiana.
Sure.
We have a little bit on the East Coast, and export if you have international viewers.
Yeah.
We got some of that going on.
Nice.
Too.
And we do have a couple international viewers, believe it or not. So
Every now and then.
one in Belgium, actually.
Oh,
so
there we go.
yeah.
We got some stuff in Belgium. If
There you go.
find
Yeah,
it.
you can reach out and get some of that while you're
also
there.
England. Our head brewer went over there a little while ago and
Awesome.
had a picture of him drinking one of our beers in London. So
Yeah, that's fantastic. I'm gonna have another pull off of this because this is too good. So yeah, so those of you in the Midwest, actually, if you're in Nebraska, just go up to South Dakota and bootleg it back. It's easy. It's an easy enough drive. Yeah, go out and get that. And to be honest, I've seen a lot of. So I'm originally from South Dakota. A lot of the people know that I'm originally from South Dakota. I've seen a lot of talk out of Sioux Falls about anytime Sioux Falls is getting another Central Waters beer. So there's a lot of social media talk and like,
Pomp and circumstance.
Yeah. And I'm just going, oh, well, that's cool. At least when I drive home and I stop for beer, because there's no beer in my hometown other than like Coors Light, I know that I can stop and get Central Waters and bring it home for everybody to try. So that's kind of a cool thing.
that's awesome to hear.
Yeah.
It's like I said, Paul mentioned in the episode later. We're in here, so we don't necessarily always hear the voices, but
Yeah.
it's always great to hear
Yeah.
awesome receptions from people. So
I've been seeing a lot of Peruvian sunset lately, so that's
Peruvian morning and
or
Cassian.
Peruvian.
Yeah.
Sorry,
well, I
got
figured
them
you
mixed
just did
up.
like a little combo deal there,
Right.
where it's
I like to mix beers.
It's a thing. People do it.
Thank you for being here to correct me, Andy. I appreciate that. I miss you sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I'm always sitting on the other end uploading these videos, and I watch them before I upload them usually. And
If Troy were here, we'd have a lot more to edit out, but
yeah.
you're here to correct, so we don't even need to worry about it.
What was the one last week where you guys were talking about different types of fruits and?
That was a couple weeks ago.
Or yeah.
Coconuts.
What type of fruit a coconut is, and I'm just going there like, I want to say it so bad, and then finally someone off camera was like, it's a droop. I'm like, okay, good.
And sometimes we just do
for
that,
people.
just do that to annoy you
Yeah, probably.
from afar.
Right.
Anyway, we'll keep moving on. We digress a lot. So the last beer is a kettle sour, right?
Yep. Yeah, and this is actually the first kettle sour that's gone off this system.
Okay.
So yeah, it's we did it special for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which is something near and dear to our president of sales heart.
Okay.
He had a mother who had it and survived it, and it's
Sure.
something that he really wanted to pursue. So this is the product of that. It's called Hope is Brewing.
That's great.
It's and on top of that, it's an awesome beer.
And as you can see, it's pink. Yeah, if you can see that from over there, it's pink. So it's a perfect color for breast cancer awareness. And as those of you that watch, my wife went through it too. So another perfect beer for us. So this is near and dear to us.
And speaking of Beth, I can tell you right now she would love this beer.
Yeah, that's what I was telling Everett earlier, that this is probably going to be something I'm going to have to bring a couple cans of
Most
home.
likely, yeah. So with the kettle sour process, you were talking earlier about how
That is good.
want to keep Brettanomyces and all the other souring agents as far away from your barrel house as possible. So even with it being in the kettle, was that still giving you a little bit of the jitters? Or
Yeah, we had some preventive measures in place. There was definitely some preemptive planning that we took, because I'm like, yeah, this is specifically made. Luckily, this strain is pretty IBU sensitive, so anything over like 5, I believe, kills it. I'm not going to test that theory, but I'm like, let's make sure. And Paul was very adamant about that too, to make sure that we keep it in the kettle, and once it's done what it needs to do, that we
kill it with fire.
Yeah, we boil it and make sure there's nothing left. Sure. There's no survivors to tell the tales about it. So, the beer was well worth it, though, in my opinion. So it's
fantastic.
That, it turned out amazingly well. So.
Yeah, and we're big into sours anyway, so you've got me. But I would say those of you that are like on the fence about sours, I would say if you like sour candy at all, this is like raspberry sour candy.
Right, not overly sweet at all.
No, and just enough tart. It doesn't like hang with you forever, and it's got a great finish on it.
Very much so.
Yeah, so it's 3 fantastic beers, and 2 of them I hadn't had. So, and I'm partial anyway. I've liked Central Waters well before we ever came here. So. It's this.
Well,
these
before
are,
I even knew that you worked here, when I found that out, I'm like, we need to go.
Oh yeah, by the way, these two know each other and have known each other for quite a while. So
we go way back, probably since 3 years old, something like that.
Yeah, somewhere. I lived in your backyard, so that was before I can remember. I'll say that.
Right.
See, so we know beer people, huh? Anyway, so thank you so much for the samples, and thanks for having us here today. And I would say if you guys can make the trip to Amherst, Wisconsin, just put it in your GPS. I know it's not it's not Milwaukee. It's not like somewhere that you're going to get to on a major interstate or anything. But honestly, it's well worth the trip. So if you make it over here, do it. If you can go to your local liquor store and pick up a Central Waters 6-pack or whatever, go ahead and try that. Mm-hmm. You won't be disappointed.
Not at all. Anything
I missed that you want to? Is there any new events coming up or anything that we can cover that people might want to travel over this way for?
Well, the next biggest thing I guess would be our anniversary party in January.
Okay.
Near the end of January, it's a big event here, and tickets sell extremely fast. So if you're interested in ever doing it, make sure to watch Facebook, stuff like that, social medias, to make sure that you know exactly when tickets go on sale, because it's not minutes, it's seconds usually.
Sure.
So if you're interested, it's an awesome time to check out a bunch of our beers and check out the place in itself. But it's just, Make sure you're on the ball for the tickets.
We'll put the link to their Facebook page in the description below. So amongst all the other descriptions and things that we have and links below, just make sure that you check that out down there. So it'll be a quick link if they're watching.
Yeah, and if you're not a big fan of like crowds and stuff like that, I mean, Taproom's open every weekend. We usually have bands playing Friday, Saturday night, so you can come in, have a pint, and have a more of a I guess, relaxing experience if that's
Sure.
what you want.
Yep.
The party it's awesome. It's a great time to be here. But if you just want to sit down, have a beer, you can come any weekend.
And to come check out a great brewery in a town of what, a little over 1,000?
Yep. Yeah. About there.
Right on.
And if you're coming to Stevens Point, it's not too far away either. So
yeah.
Nope. Yeah. I live in Point. It's about 20-minute drive. It's a nice drive.
And if you're worried about Wisconsin winters in January, don't even worry about it. Farmer's Almanac said this winter is going to be great. And they're never wrong.
Of course you know that
already. So anyway, if I haven't already told you, like, subscribe, do all that great stuff. Check us out on YouTube, share with a friend, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. And then while you're there, why don't you go over and like Central Waters' Facebook page?
If you haven't already.
If you haven't already.
Because you probably already have.
You should if you haven't already. And if you haven't, shame on you. Anyway, from all of us at Taproom Travelers and from those of us at Central Waters, thank you again for having us. We'll see you next week. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, you can click down below where there's some more episodes for you to watch. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on episodes that you do watch. We hope to see you next time.